that the voice? No?
Am I live?
Voices can be heard.
Great.
Yep,
This is
we're
totally
live.
not a dream.
Totally not a dream. Yes, it's the first time I'm actually hosting the streaming for myself. Well, okay.
We're on the Mongo map, by the way, Dan.
Well, I'll started in a moment. I just want to start seeing people come along. Someone wants to just kind of post on the Discord that we're live. Of course, those of you listening will already know that because you can hear me. I hope. We'll give it another minute. I'll give it a minute, and then we can properly start. I've got no.
Do you need me to show you, Gabby? I mean, Jewel.
Yes, we might both have the leader tag, but please don't mix us up. As much as I'd be honoured to be Gabby.
You're funny.
Yeah.
You're funny.
Yeah.
Why don't we do introductions now?
Yes. So...
And we don't need introductions, right?
No. People know exactly who we are. Right?
The British sounding one, that's Gappy. The American sounding one is Duel.
Oh, you don't want me to try and emulate another accent? I'm awful at it. I was once
no,
told
but you could say exactly what Chris loves to hear you say.
Oh, you fucking donkey! Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Oh, right. If you get him on the stream, we absolutely. If we get him in here later, then that'll be great. Okay. So
hello, Twitch.
Hi, Twitch. Yes, as you can see, we are we're live and we don't take ourselves too seriously.
Very organised.
Yes, absolutely. We only got the streaming working a minute after we were meant to start, but anyway, we're here. Welcome, one and all, to our battle royale again. I am currently stood on top of a ship that was built for our previous state of Sponge, and it's our base for our battle royale. So quite a few of you will have done this before. We've got a bit of a bigger map, so poke people, gather people, can see if we can get quite a big game going, and you can all time how long it takes for me to be killed. I'm Dan, also known as Dual Spiral, and I am here just worried about how much people are going to come and kill me. But
don't forget, Dan, that you're also. Sorry, I'm not trying to kill myself.
Please don't. Everyone else wants to do that.
He's elevated to leadership.
Yeah, you're newly promoted to newly promoted. Not really a promotion, more like a locked in, so to speak. As one of the 3 leaders at Sponge now.
Yes, so I didn't actually want to say it myself, so I'm glad someone finally kind of did. But yes, I got the yellow name of destiny. So I now basically do what I always did, and I'm just the gobby Brit. That's basically what I was.
Official permission to do it all.
So yeah, you'll see me kind of making decisions occasionally.
I made this joke last night in staff chat, but I'm going to make it again. Apparently, we actually have to listen now when Dan tells us something.
Ah, thanks, guys. Yeah. Like as if
we always had to listen just because he wouldn't stop talking.
So with that, guys, the plan is to kind of play some games. If you've got a couple of questions, I've asked a couple of people to kind of keep an eye on the chat so that we can kind of answer some of those questions. We may not be able to answer them completely because sometimes we just not have the answer, but we'll do our best as a group of us here. So I'll just quickly get up the list of people who are here. So obviously there's me. We have Faith here, who's been instrumental in getting the plugins kind of running, and we're running his Cube Engine suite to do some of the essential functions as well. So hi, Faith. We've got Gabby here, who is another one of our leaders, and yeah, Gabby. Hi, Gabby.
Yeah. Hi.
Yeah, I'm not very good at this introduction thing. We have Morph here as well, who's another one that I'd like to have a shout out for. He's done a lot of work towards the Royale stuff. He also has a look at our 1.17 branch, just keeping that up to date. I'm sure we'll get to talk a little bit about that later. He doesn't. He's got his microphone muted, but hello, Morph. We have Owen here. So hi, Owen.
Good morning, all.
So Owen's been instrumental in getting this set up. He's been a big proponent of getting the Battle Royale series going, and it's been a huge. And Gabby's.
Already?
Have we even?
Well, it didn't help that I literally spawned next to someone.
Oh dear.
And, you know, I'm on a bad laptop.
I don't think Dan's in this game, but just for context, Gabby has already died.
Yeah, well, this happens. So anyway, yeah. So we have Owen here. So hi Owen. As I said, we've already said hi to Owen. We've also got Red Nesto here. One of our staff members. And we also have Worm424.
Hey.
So without the way.
And I'm too.
We've got Inscrutable. Sorry, how did I miss you? I'm sorry.
That's because I kept interrupting you.
Oh, well.
I'd like to just give a huge shout out to Inscrutable for making this map and being very instrumental in getting this up and running.
Yeah. The reason the Sponge works so well for all you people is because we spend late hours, way into the early morning even, sort of testing this stuff and making sure it actually stays up.
Yeah, so
don't forget.
So yeah.
I think
we're getting a good turnout so far. We've got
the process of making this work.
Looks like we've got about 20-ish people, so we should be able to fill up Mongo.
Oh, we already started game on Mongo, but next one definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I don't think there's too long left to the next run.
Oh, I'm getting sound on this. I apologise, guys. I'm still kind of trying to work out all the sound issues. For some reason, Minecraft's not sound through.
Well, if they're gas drifting around, that's probably a good thing, really.
Well, we'll see what happens. I may have to start fiddling with some settings at some point. But anyway, yep, here we are. So yeah, let's have a bit of fun. So as I say, people will be keeping an eye on chats when they're not playing, and we'll try and answer questions.
Questions?
To answer the question in the chat about SpongeForge 16.5, when? No firm timeline yet.
It'll be announced when it's closer to being announced.
Descriptive. We definitely plan to have it.
Inherently ambiguous. Yeah.
We will have it, but we want to get the vanilla offering first, and the reason for that is that we have a lot more control over how the vanilla works, and so we kind of test these. Once we've got that done, well, we know it works with vanilla, so it's just a case of making a few Forge-specific changes. So ZML has actually started looking at it. But yes, we haven't got a set date for it yet, and I realise you guys, a lot of you will be like, "Oh, Sponge Forge." We have actually started.
On a plus, Sponge Vanilla is definitely working as seen on this server. Which, if we haven't said before, demo.spongepowered.org. Come play with us.
Yeah.
Hacks aren't allowed.
Let's check in my volume. Someone said I'm quiet. I think that just might be me. I'm just looking, just making sure. They only set this. No, it's set to the maximum. So. Okay, well, I can do. I've had a look. I'll try and speak. I'll try and speak loud. Yes, so this is actually a 1.16 Sponge server. So we do have server software running. We just haven't got it into a state we'd like to call it even a beta. Really, we're still working on the implementation.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're definitely getting there. We've kind of we're we've definitely locked down the API for the most part now. So it is just making sure it all.
Oh, first round is coming to an end.
Oh, here we
Will I
go.
survive?
Yeah.
No, you won't.
Watching.
Good.
With optimism like that.
Oh, he did.
I
Yeah, well
survived.
done. Yeah.
Great. Wow.
All right.
So, Battle Royale.
Well, everyone, looks like it's time for us to join in and let the chaos begin.
So we're going back into the Mongo world, is it called?
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone, please join Mongo.
Not named after MongoDB, by the way, too. It's named after, Mongo, as in the home of Ming the Merciless.
But it's web scale.
Oh,
It's web scale.
Oh, there we go.
So, how does this work? So, this is a map I actually refused to come and help test because I wanted to sort of do it relatively blind. And you'll all see how rubbish I am at the game.
we did test this last night with Dan on voice, actually.
Yeah, and I was just like, nah, I'm not coming on.
Thing enough, all of our extensive testing last night, we didn't actually manage to crash the server either.
Yeah.
I mean, all sorts of weird and mistakes and so forth. And in fact, we think we went through 3 iterations of Sponge Vanilla.
Yep. You guys
That's
were,
just all accelerated development.
you guys were all testing, helping us test. Oh.
By the way, if you're curious how quickly the dev team responds to your questions, very. Thank you, Jewel.
I realised that jumping down like that may not have been the best idea.
Oh no!
Ah! What the hell? I don't know where I am. What's going on?
Does anyone want to talk about how we're already still updated for 117?
Maybe once I'm dead. Yeah, yeah. So I've just
Well.
died. So part of the sort of work we've been doing, and the reason why this has taken some time really, that we've also wanted to look at. We wanted to look at making sure that our toolchain allows us to update more quickly, and having Mojang enable their official mappings has allowed us to do that because we're no longer reliant on how Forge's mappings work, and I think they might be looking moving as well. But anyway, that's by the by. And so it allows us to kind of take their snapshots and take the snapshots and their mappings and the portals over here, and we can basically go say, yep, you now have 117 builds that we can do. So we have been working on the pre release builds, and I believe ZML's got it building. So we could, in theory, semi-quickly get a 117. Now, of course, we are still on API 8, and kind of that is still our focus. But it allows us just to have one eye in that 117 space, so we shouldn't be too far behind once. But yeah, it's really cool because this will become more apparent with 118. We'll be able to, in theory, have 118 release builds available on day one, and that is our goal. That is our goal, is to be able to use our tools to have a new version of Sponge, version of Minecraft, very very quickly. Yeah, exciting. Now I should add the caveat here that that's for Sponge Vanilla. Of course, for Sponge Forge, we'd have to wait on.
Yeah, there's a problem with this building. And the problem is that once you get in, you can't really get out.
Which one is that?
I'm not telling you.
Oh, I think I know which one it is.
Obviously.
Well, this is going to be interesting. 40 seconds left until chaos begins.
Keep going, Gabe. You're almost at the top.
They're pretty far away then. I think it's going to see who can outlast the Guardians. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let the chaos begin.
So just having a read on Twitch.
Yep.
Someone is asking about the performance of Sponge
Congratulations,
Vanilla
Gabby.
on
Thank you.
116.
So the secret to that was get to the top of the castle.
Now, I can't
All
say
right,
much
everyone,
about.
let's all line up. Get ready to rejoin Mongo. Want to make sure everyone's here.
One thing we haven't been able to do with these maps yet is quite optimize what the play time should be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've only actually played through this map about 4 times so far.
All right, Gabby, Jill, quickly, let's join.
Sorry, I just worked out what my sound was doing, so people should be able to hear the Minecraft.
Oh.
I
suppose the interesting Royale, best way to sort of set a good match is to figure out how many players you're likely to have in it and how big it is and how long you're going to need for them to kill each other.
Yes. So for those of you who haven't,
Duel, follow me. Come follow me really quick.
Yeah, I've actually got to remember how to do. Oh, you're there. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always forget how spectator mode works.
If you come into this building, go up to the top, right, and then break out one of the sides, this side. Break out this side, then you can kind of climb around to get to the top of the building.
Ah, I see. So, the chests are available here. What they contain. I mean, Gabby knows what they might contain, but I don't.
You can open them. Pretty sure. Spectator does allow that.
Oh yeah. He said it shows you how much I play the game, guys.
No!
Wait, you played the game?
I've fallen off the map.
Scream's awful.
That was unfortunate. I was one of our better parkour and Skyworld players too.
So this map is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to make it?
This took about a week to put together, actually. It's sort of somewhat of a rush job, actually, too. So I hope we haven't made anything too badly stuffed up. I mean, it's a nice way of making a world because you can actually sort of limit the scope of what you got by basically just making a giant sphere and then chopping pieces of it out. Can't run far.
Impressive.
But yeah, it's also something that shows how good World Edit current version is too. I think World Edit 7. Are we up to 7.4 now or whatever? But it really is pretty good.
Without revealing too much of how much of a last minute planning goes into these kinds of events, I think we finalised all the maps at 2 p.m. yesterday.
And what time is it for you now?
7 a.m. the next day.
Yeah.
Well, let's just get everything up and running and test it out. It does take a bit of time to make sure everything works quite nicely. I'm quite keen to show everyone the conundrum map. That's quite a fun one to play on.
Yeah.
But
ring the bell.
So I'm just gonna have a look at chat here. In Twitch chat.
FPS still looks good too.
So someone asks here, to get 116 source, did we use MCP or something else? We didn't.
Our own too.
Yeah. So we have something called Vanilla Gradle, and that's basically our replacement, and it uses Mojang's official mappings to remap the source. So no, we don't use it. We do for 112, but we don't for 16. Which makes things simpler, and that's part of why we will be able to do much faster updates in the future. So yeah, if you look at our Sponge repositories and Vanilla Gradle, that's what.
Actually, it's fast enough that because of it, basically for the last 2 months, I think we've been having day 0 snapshot updates.
That's right.
Just because we could. And by I mean like snapshot, day 0 snapshot updates, as in we update to the snapshot and Sponge runs on the snapshot.
Yeah. So we have pre-release 2 running.
I think it's pre-release 2, or did pre-release 3 get pushed out already?
I don't know actually, but I know ZML got that one up and running. So yeah, yeah, it's really really quite cool, and a lot of the credit must go to ZML for that. So good on him, and thanks to him.
Yeah, huge thanks to ZML, as we say in America.
Yes. So another good question. Sizable Strimp here asks, how difficult will it be to make Sponge with MCP class names and have the Moj map class name? Again, that's
repeat that question again.
So it's asking basically for Sponge Forge, how difficult is it going to be to remap our Mojang mapping code to Mojang mapped code rather to MCP code that Forge uses?
For 116, it's a very good question that we've not quite figured out yet.
It's one of the biggest things, I think, isn't it? That's kind of holding us back at the moment.
Well, it's not the biggest thing that holds us back. It's more of, I don't think ZMO or I have spent terribly too much time to make the toolchain work. I believe we've gotten it to where we might be using Loom or something to remap Forge. Just so that we can have Forge in Modmap, and then in Mojang mapping, and then it gets recompiled into MCP or search map for Forge compatibility. Beyond that, we've not gotten as far to making it actually runnable, because we still have to effectively get some aspects done to have Sponge plugins load with Forge Mod Loader, because while they do use Mod Launcher, I do believe that they take over enough of Mod Launcher's launch setup that we wouldn't, as a core mod, be able to just tell it to load plugins. But I could be wrong on that.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't investigated the actual launch process in Forge very much yet, because again, it's very different to how 112 works.
Yeah.
It's an entirely new beast, really. 113 was very different.
Just answering Pop's question, I believe we have no stated release dates. Is 117 due to come out? Is Sponge due to release in around a month when 117 comes out?
Well, 117 comes out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So no.
No.
But I would hazard a guess.
The builds are still going to be available, but the API is not going to be released.
Right, but we don't expect there to be much change from API 8, which we have soft frozen. So yeah, it won't be nearly as dramatic as 7 to 8 has been. But yeah, there won't be anything kind of efficient. We need to get 1.16.5 out first. But once we've done 1.16.5 for Sponge Vanilla, it won't be hard to do. Sure, we just have to sort of spend a bit of time looking at figuring out get right. Did we get? Because API 8 has been such a change. We want to make sure that before we go for another major release, particularly that things that haven't either worked very well or things we definitely need to change can have that opportunity. So, so yeah, just adding on to your question, I can see this here. You said you assumed hard freeze release. That might be the case for the API. Doesn't necessarily mean it for the implementation, which is a server software. There is a slight difference. The API is there is a difference. We need the API release to do a proper release. Hope that clears that up. I'm just flying around here, just kind of because I can. Actually, I'm gonna. Two left.
Oh, Zim, I don't know if ZML is listening, but neither Sponge nor Bucket supports the new 1.16 world generation system.
I can't believe I've been vanquished by Fit. Oh, I thought I had the drop in him.
Big bad, I watched that.
Oh, that's. I guess that was maybe quite fitting.
Oh dear.
You say my jokes are bad, Jill.
Well. Yeah. I can't defend that. So we're going into overtime. What's about to happen? Well, that. Done.
Look, anyone else got any questions? Well, we've got 2 members of the dev, 3 members.
Yeah, 3 members.
A lot of the dev team here.
Where am I going? Meant to be going.
Well, everyone, I reckon we ought to change things up. Let's play Conundrum this round.
Oh, Conundrum.
It's a very different
Conundrum.
now. It's actually Owen's. In fact, it's if anything, it's actually using an old world generator that he wrote originally, I think, for what, Spout?
Oh.
Yeah, back in the Spout days.
Conundrum. So yeah, that's on that. So this is another map I haven't seen. Go to Conundrum. It's on the left. It's the sign on the left-hand side.
All right. Oh, looks like we're starting.
Yeah. I guess the auto start threshold has still been set quite low.
We should probably change that at some point.
If we need to, we can tweak it.
Is it possible to tweak that one live, or?
I don't think so.
So, what can we expect from this?
Well, bridges.
Chaos and bridges, yes.
Okay. Scripted.
Falling into the void.
What's the void? Wait.
You know, I will say one thing, and like Mojang, or not Mojang, Big Sur really did just.
Sorry.
make it really annoying as far as when you open up a screenshot to be able to drag the file anywhere.
Oh, I'm stuck in level.
Hey Dan, as is tradition.
How do I unstick myself?
TP to me.
Is it
Thanks.
still waiting? Or?
There we are. Thank you. No, the map wasn't waiting. Yeah, so. I can use.
It is something of a sort of maximum map.
Oh no.
I mean, we don't think we've ever tried a map with, like, the sheer number of player spawns that we have with this one before.
How many players can
Sorry,
that
Juan.
hold?
50.
50 in theory. So I think all we need to do is just make sure that if we can stop that auto start threshold, we should be able to pack everyone in.
Or be really fast. Like you have 5 seconds still to join. Once the auto start starts.
Bit of a bird's eye view stream now.
Oh wow. Random is huge.
Yeah, it
It
is.
reminds me a little bit of what is it, Mist?
I haven't
fun
seen
when we're
this.
testing.
I haven't seen this before.
It had a the problem when we were actually testing it. That it actually started generating and loading new chunks and stuff too. So we had to sort that out as well.
Well, we could make a world generator for this.
Well, this wasn't.
Yeah, this was based off a old Spout world gen I made.
Ah.
Should be possible to port it over. I just haven't gotten around to doing it. Hopefully, with API 8 coming up, it might be a good opportunity.
There are a lot of Sponge World Gen offerings yet, so it'd be a good one if we could.
Sadly, though, we haven't really quite made world gen in API 8.
Just getting worlds working for API 8 is difficult enough. I mean, that's what we had to abandon 1.15, isn't it?
Yeah, there was a hard lock.
Horrific bug. Effectively, something like structured generation would think that there was only one overworld ever and screw up every other world.
Yep, that's right.
But we got there in the end.
On the other hand, in this server, we actually don't just have worlds, we have universes. We have whole universes. Thanks to the Cube Engine and its multiverse plugin, which is actually pretty good. I mean, apparently, separation of inventory management. Very good. Highly recommended.
Cube Engine is developed by the lovely Faith Co., who has been really helpful.
The Cube Engine suite is the majority of the plugins that are currently running on the Sponge community server because, well, they were updated and they work.
Insert joke about new kills here.
Pretty good. So I can recommend it. If someone needs to run a Sponge Vanilla 1.16.5 server, well, you can get the majority of the Cube Engine plugins and do most of your management directly with that.
I call hacks.
That wasn't supposed to happen. Gonna try another conundrum.
Yep.
What's the PU?
That was one of the original ones.
That's the underwater one, I think.
Oh.
It should also say that it's a different mode.
The Sunken Cathedral.
I mean, on the sign it says Last Man Swimming, I think. It's that one. Yeah. Good question. Oh, you still have.
Owen, are you currently playing?
Owen's not.
Goodbye, whoever it was.
Tables and shit. Just in the chest
Why are you doing this to me, Inscrutable? I was trying to report a bug.
I'll bug it for future.
So, I have a problem that I have no island that I can really get to. I guess that's not really a problem, is it?
At least until
They
the
should all
humans
be
come.
connected. Sometimes they're connected by waterfalls.
Hey, where was I?
It's not easy to sort of figure out the connectivity on this map, but sometimes instead of bridges, there are waterfalls connecting things. I think it's the sort of map that's geared towards someone more familiar with parkour.
Parkour.
Sure. Yep.
Apologies for that. The internet trouble.
Uh-oh.
What's funny is that I can kind of basically just say, yeah, screw it, and make actually play Minecraft.
How'd you do that?
Well, you know, you can make a wooden pickaxe and then mine the stone.
Yeah, well, I think it was Faith who managed to do that and he managed to make an iron pickaxe and then mine some diamonds, made himself a diamond sword.
No,
Yeah.
an axe. Axe is better.
Oh yeah, okay.
Axes are better.
It didn't help though because I didn't find anyone. But I did survive. So.
Since the start, I've only seen one person and I lost it very quickly.
Who's trying to... No.
Just in the Twitch chat, I don't think we're at the stage to needing Forge mods for testing yet, Twisted Code.
But it's worth keeping in mind, right? Once things start
Yes,
going, the best
it's
thing
worth keeping in mind.
best thing to do is once we start saying we've made progress, we have some, I'll say usable, I won't say stable, but yeah, it's worth checking at that point and kind of and telling us, oh, this does work, this does. That would be useful at that point. Oh no.
What's wrong?
Oh, Jewel. Oh,
I was doing
that's a shame.
so well. And I just jumped off the edge and that was the end of it.
I got to kill the docks manager, so I'm happy.
really annoyed with me.
Well, we're getting close to the end game. Well, there we are. Oh, I would not want to be on the bridge when that's happening.
Oh, well.
No.
I was just playing Minecraft.
Well, that was a good effort, I think.
Well done, Gabby.
I don't know if anyone was seeing. Yeah.
What should we go for
What is
next?
the phrase?
I
You
reckon...
win by sedition? No, not sedition. What is it when you suppress your enemy's ability to fight you?
Come on, Gabby. Let's join Mongo. 3, 2, 1, go.
How far is actually Sponge before release? Good question.
And
We ask ourselves that.
Phil,
every
it's probably
day.
going to get released in the next few weeks, I would think.
We'll definitely
I would
have
hope.
betas. Definitely. Or betas, depending on how you want how you say it. So it kind of ties into the guys talk about that. So as you guys know, we've hit what we call soft freeze. And the idea behind soft freeze is that we're not going to make any intentional breaks to the API, and we want plugin developers to start trying things. Any breaks that we do make will be limited to things, so the schematic stuff will have a couple of breaks associated with it, but nothing actually major at all. There might be a couple of world things, something in the registry I think kind of looking at. But it is in a semi-stable state. But it isn't released yet. We'll probably look at a hard freeze in about a week's time, at which point we'll say pretty much, here we go, this is API. It's not until then that we can actually do a proper full-blooded release of Sponge. I mean, you can actually get these builds now off our Maven system, our repo. I think there are instructions I'm doing. I think we've got instructions somewhere in Discord pinned. Oh!
Yeah, pinned in the second message in the Discord in general chat.
Well played. Well played. Yes, so you can look at that and you can start playing about with it now.
Hey.
But it's not in a state yet. As I say, we're still ironing out the bugs. Which part of what we do these Royale events for is kind of also just keeping an eye out for anything. So you guys
Guarantee we will find some.
You guys are directly helping us test our software. Great.
By the way, I've got some very exciting news I just saw in our chat. Apparently, Sponge Vanilla compiles for 117 RC1.
Good.
So that's exciting.
Admittedly, we will probably you can get the experimental builds of Sponge for 117. Although you'd have to expect that not everything is going to work as expected.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be missing pieces for sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, what is we may well do an entirely new revision of the API again when it comes to 117. It depends, I guess.
Well,
And look,
we will, and that's simply because Mojang have said, and this is obviously true, 117 uses a new version of Java. No longer use Java 8. You'd have to use Java 16. So that's
It guarantees a change. Yeah.
I mean, yes.
Probably too. I mean, lots of people have been recommending even the current versions to run them on something other than Java 8 because just Java 8 is so old.
Yep.
And look, to answer a question I saw a while ago from someone, and I did answer this to them, but to say it definitively, yes, your plugin, if you do run the experimental versions for 116, you may find that plugins won't work or be compatible until the devs update them.
I think it's probably fair to say that you will find that. Nothing on all work at the minute. We still need to kind of enable support for the new plugin format. I don't think they're particularly difficult. But I can't speak for the org guys.
Oh.
We Here's a good question. Will you guys continue to update 1.12.2?
Relatively simple answer. The bigger answer is it is coming to its end of life, and once we properly drop 1.16 out, we don't kind of it's kind of hit a point where it's not really worth our time anymore. So I do plan on relatively soonish. I know I actually said in an announcement post and a half ago within a week, and I've managed to miss that spectacularly. I do plan to release the API 7.4. There's a few changes and a new recommended build. But beyond that, our focus has to be on 1.6. And we will accept PRs if people want to kind of provide code fixes that we can use, then that would be great. But on that, we are winding.
So you are the long-term support manager here, so I guess you get to make the decisions on that one.
I get to make the decisions on nearly everything now. No, I mean,
not that the power's gone to his head or anything.
Well, no, I mean this is a community effort, right? And
yeah,
I'm there to help steer the ship and kind of provide guidance rather than say definitively what is going to happen.
And there's a caveat on this in any case, which is to say that, although we would cease development on 1.12, when we move to 1.16, that there's no reason why our community members couldn't put together a decent PR if something does need changing or patching and present that.
Exactly.
Because if that, we will merge that, not a problem.
Yeah, exactly. And it will become easier for us to do that once 1.16 is kind of out the door, because we're no longer going to frantically trying to work out how to get all. 1.16 has been. It's been a long time. We all know that, and we understand that. But it takes a lot of effort to kind of just focus onto development of. Once that's kind of done and things are a bit more in a stable situation, yeah, it'll be PRs, and if people offer on 12 PRs, it'll be.
All right, well, that was another fun round. I reckon we change it up. Perhaps last man standing would be like a Royale odd. Last man standing would be fun.
So the second.
The old small map.
Yeah, so
we can go Mongo again.
Yeah.
I just joined before you said anything. My bad.
Can we?
All right, let's go. Let's go odd.
How many are we going to run?
Can we? Who's in Mongo? Was that you?
Yeah.
Parallel instances. I wasn't sure about this.
Yeah, I think it does up to 4 or something.
I want to be clear. When we say we're ending support for 1.12, we're not just going to abandon it with all the bugs. We're going to try and keep things relatively stable, but I really can't make any promises.
Well,
just
it kind
based on a comment I saw.
Kind of okay already. We're never going to have full compatibility with mods, and I'm going to be honest. I was discussing this with Eden, and trying to support things from a Forge point of view is quite difficult. And kind of 1.12, everyone's always assumed Sponge first, while the way we're taking 1.16 is for first. We started. I should probably actually play. But as I say, I think it's something that we want to more transition to a community kind of support sort of thing, and I will be investigating things around that. I think we kind of need to sort of make sure that we have. We do have people want to look at that. We need to be able to enable that. We absolutely need to enable that. But from the core team point of view, we also need to move forward. And we actually think that 1.16 will probably be the next 1.12. We're guessing here. We may be wrong. Don't take my word on that. So we also need to make sure that we. So yeah, I don't want to, but we do need to wind it down because Oh, because with 116, 117. Sure.
By the way, although I am checking the general chat, it looks like a bunch of our other team members are answering questions there. So if you want something answered on stream, it's probably best to go to the Twitch chat because that's where I'm looking at least.
Yeah, I've got Twitch chat. In fact, one of the times I got killed is because I stopped for a moment just to read a question. I probably shouldn't have done that.
That's a rookie error there, Dan.
Absolutely is.
Trying to be a considerate sponge team leader.
Consider it to everyone else and making myself a sitting duck. Yeah, I don't see what people will find wrong with that. I always like this map. I mean, this is a map we've used the last two times as well, and I don't know. It's just something nice and I don't want to say cozy. I don't think that's necessarily the right word.
No, I think cozy is a good word for it because you've got stuff everywhere.
The map originally
It
started
doesn't
out
feel
actually
large, even if it is
construction
a fairly large map.
Okay, here's a question I can answer at least in part. Who are the builders for these maps? Mongo was built by Inscrutable. Conundrum was built by Owen, and I'm not sure. And I think this map was also built by Inscrutable, but don't quote me on that.
It is inscrutable too, yeah.
Yep.
Yep, cool.
It's actually available on their Engine Hub site too, as a download, like on their site on their Discord. I mean, I was originally building it just to sort of, a fun little village island thing and project, and the fact that our parkour game, well, this game itself, turned up later on and was conveniently timed to be able to use as a map.
Yeah, I do really like this map. It's good. It's going to be interesting. It fits down to the final two again.
Yeah,
there's a battle going on.
Yep, absolutely. You see it here.
If Fit killed me, and I've been possessing him ever since.
There's only 10 seconds to go.
Will they survive?
Oh, what's going to happen? Oh,
Here we go. Overtime has started.
Here it goes.
Oh, well done.
Well
done.
Pretty good.
Dang.
Very impressive.
Ooh. What shall
When
we
we're done here, I'll take Mongo and upload that, offer that on Engine Hub Showcase as well. So if anyone wants a copy of the map.
I reckon we let Jewel make the pick. He's the leader after all.
Oh, jeez. How many people we've got on the server at the minute?
A lot.
Mind you, I'm distracted because I'm trying to actually clean up schematics to merge it.
Okay, fair enough. Why don't I mean, there's more than 10 here, but who wants to give the last man swimming on the right, the poo map a go? Shall we?
Sure. Yep.
You said food.
Yeah.
On the back sail, there's also a second sign with PU2.
If unfortunately got called poo, I mean, that was just a working name for the map. It really just means the uncarved block.
I didn't know that.
Well, that's
That's what the Tao of Pooh is all about. Winnie the Pooh and his relationship with Taoism.
This is getting
Excellent.
deep.
Oh dear. people in. There was space for one more.
Is there anyone else want to join?
If not, we can just force a start.
Yeah.
And to make a joke about this whole 112 thing, we don't want to get sunken with legacy support.
Legacy support, what?
He was making a
For
joke,
one.
making a terrible plan, and I wish I thought.
So, do you like breathing?
What are we worried about? Oh.
Nothing.
Oh, I know exactly what he's doing. But
Yeah, tried and tested, and let's be honest, it'll probably work. Oh great. Oh great. Okay.
you know, I do appreciate you, Duel, for being the resident target to kill.
Well, no one's killed me. It's just that Faith has done his typical.
Oh dear.
You could stand in a bubble column.
I could. Or I could just. Oh, Faith's out. Faith's out. Whose fault is that?
I got
Is
killed.
that destroying the sea, whatever it is, the part of the sea?
Okay, we've got a question here about Jewel being a lead, which is, did Blood step down as a lead of the project?
I'm
It's going to be something of a delicate subject. But Blood really hasn't been contributing much for a long while.
Well, so there's a little bit of that. There's a little bit of it's been kind of, I believe it's been mutually agreed on that to kind of give him the ability to focus on his projects and real life. He's been able
Someone
to
was
do
essential to get
do
this
that.
project started. That's for sure. It gave us a good step up.
There's an underground to this map? How did I not know this?
Well, it's not
Been there
available.
the whole
Unless you punch your way through there. This
But
is
none
the
of the
original
chests
Glastonbury
are-
Cathedral. This dates back to Minecraft, like, beta.
Ah,
Oh, I remember this project.
Again,
Gosh.
from the old spout days.
Yeah, and if you're into sort of historical architecture, the entire structure is based on was it Glastonbury Abbey, which has been a ruin for about 400 years.
Hey.
Ah, nice, Jill.
Woo!
Twisted Code, to answer your question, the person who made the terrible joke was Worm424, myself, who's part of the community team. Dan probably could kick me, but he's not going to.
You should have an award for the worst pun of SOS or spam. It'd be good. Or in this case, the Royale event.
I mean, look, I'm not very good at it, but I can at least take the cheese.
Well,
Anyone got?
inscrutable. I think if someone found the worst pun, we might all come pun done.
Right. So, you guys choose them. I'll probably sit this one out. But if you want to do, people want to do the swimming one again?
I'm good with whatever. I'm gonna let
Yeah, I
Faith
reckon
choose.
Faith.
What?
Do you want to choose?
Choose a
one?
map, Faith.
Faith, you get to choose the map.
Well, I guess the most important thing we've done in this event, in any case, is
Let's
demonstrate
go
that vanilla for 1.16.5 works,
Right.
is stable.
Odd, everyone. If you want in, it's odd.
Just like how Sponge Staff
It's one map I
does.
really know.
I really do need to turn my underwater city into a game map.
Oh, that's really
We'd
cool.
actually
That's
load
really
that up on
cool.
our build server while we were sort of, working out what we were going to put as worlds for this thing. But it's going to need some to limit it, amongst other things. It's huge.
Yeah, it is.
The craft lobby world, you mean? Anyway.
Yeah, that one. Also, why is Gradle not
ban
licensed
ban
combating?
ban puns, Majera. Never.
Is there anyone else wanting to get in, or does it need a forced start now?
I can force start it.
Alright. Yeah, it looks like no one else is going in, so if you want to force start that.
Already doing it. Just give me a moment.
Oh, it's starting because got 8 in there.
There we are.
Cool. I nearly fell off the edge.
Hey, well, you wouldn't be the first one tonight.
You could say I was inspired by you.
I was bracing myself for it.
No, not this time, Jill. You're being saved. What am I? You know, I probably shouldn't check the Twitch chat while trying to play.
Again,
That's probably a bad idea.
you wouldn't be the first person to have done that.
Certainly
How
won't
did I
be the
lose that
last.
fight? Pitchfork.
Wait, what? Someone forked sponge?
I too can focus.
That's like Ken killed me. I was here with a decent
I
trident.
too can fork a sponge. Just give me 5 minutes at my kitchen. Oh.
Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm being chased.
Making friends there, oh.
Oh dear. He's still after me.
So dare I ask, what have you been working on in the API, Jill?
I've not been working on a huge amount. Yeah, I've been looking at chunk tickets. Kind of. It would have actually been useful for the larger world in this, but alas. So basically, asking the system to sort of using Janks. I did world borders recently. That needed, so you can now programmatically a per world per player basis.
That's critically important. Hang on, per player? A world. How do you work that? That's interesting.
A little bit of packet manipulation, but yeah. So you can. There's a set world border method on the player interface. I don't think it's server player. I think it's actually player. You can have a world border per player, which could be very useful if you have some sort of instancing systems. You may have multiple copies of a building or some sort of dungeon if you're that kind of interested in that sort of thing. And you can give everyone their separate world borders to keep separate, but have it on the same.
That's
I could see how it would work in other ways too. I mean, it's worked well as a ranking system too. If you can do that, and have different world borders for different ranks.
Yeah.
I think a lot of servers would actually use that directly.
Yeah. So that's the theory. So that's been pushed in, and there are events as well that you can listen to if the world border changes. So if your plugin really needs That was started by Kashyyyk actually. I took it off. Yeah, that was another thing I did recently. Other than that, I've been quite busy actually, kind of with other things.
Where
So.
are you, Owen?
Nowhere.
30 seconds. Let's see how this resolves.
Okay, here's a fun
Just
thing.
two of our staff members too.
Hey, Chad, who do you think's gonna win? The Sponge Development member, Faith, or our community lead, Owen? Let me know who you think will win.
Yeah, you've got about 10 seconds to do so.
Oh no!
And here they
I was
come.
hoping to light her out.
Okay, no one actually bet, but if you thought that Faith would win, you're correct.
Ah, dear.
Oh,
Yeah. It's pretty overpowered when you know where to find.
We're going to go Mongo this time.
Mongo.
One thing I want to ask about this thing too. Currently, we don't actually have Royale available for download anywhere, do we?
No, but the source is definitely
we should
available.
put that up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
source.
so people can build it for themselves for sure. Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to
Good
offer
to
it.
put up on all though.
Yeah, I think the only official jar is the one in our staff chat.
Well,
But you know, it's definitely
I built
buildable.
it locally.
You can all,
Not
you know,
very
you can
efficient.
if you know how to build these things, definitely build it yourself.
And if for those who don't, I suspect in the near future we might well do our best to try and offer something somewhere for download.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Once everything's stabilized, I'm pretty sure. Well, I'd be 100% sure. I'd make sure that we put it up on all, that people can grab
Anyone
I'll put my hand up
else
and say I'll help
joining
write
us?
the documentation.
it.
No? Great, you joining us? Or inscrutable? What else? Okay. I might as well manually start, or I think that's all of us.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Oh, give me a moment.
Oh, yep, poison berries. Yep, not a good idea.
Eat the berries, Dan.
That would not be saying this. That would not be very good of me.
Boo!
Okay, see if this works. No. Well, never mind then.
I'm backing off for one.
I jumped for a slime pit.
You brought this on yourself.
I'd just like to know to the chat, our community lead Owen is a bully.
I told you not to come near me. You came near me.
And then I tried to
Sorry,
back
but
off.
your fate was sealed the moment you came near me.
Let's.
Y'all are crazy.
Yep.
So quiet.
Yeah. Probably going to make the next
Quiet
game.
before the storm.
Yeah. Just to say, going to make the next game the last game.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
It's been a good round so far.
Yep.
Sounds
Who
good.
won?
No one's won yet. It's between Fit, Owen, and Faith.
Hmm.
Hey, Faith, you've had my permission to kill Owen.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh. 2 left.
How do these two again?
wonder
Oh,
why.
who do we think will win? Fit, Faith, or Owen?
Well, Fitz
Well, Fit just died.
So
Wait, Owen, when did you change your MC username?
A couple of years back, I think.
oh. Nice.
Battle of the Potions, is it?
Yeah.
That was a clean hit with hunger.
Oh, we're 10 seconds out before the monsters start coming in. No, he didn't come down. Yeah.
Where's he gone? Where's he gone? He's running off.
Ah, there we are. Well. Oh.
No!
So one other
Well,
addition that was
easily
made was the addition of these silverfish, because we found people had worked out they could go into 1x1 tunnels.
Okay,
Thought
last
we could not
round,
get-
everyone.
No, other way.
All right. I don't think there are many of us left, but let's have a final rumble in thing. Maybe not conundrum.
Your choice, Dan. Yeah, your choice.
Let's do the original. Let's do odd. Let's do odd.
I like odd.
Yeah, it's a nice, you know.
Yeah.
When you're not busy killing each other, and it'd be a nice place to live.
Yes, absolutely.
You know, I'm a little odd myself.
Oh.
We know, Owen.
Well,
We know.
Mostly even.
if you manage to kill me, then we're even.
Right. Shall we just get the
All
game
right,
started?
that's the goal.
Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know what the command is to
Done.
start it. Ah, yeah, there we go.
Well,
Oops. Never mind.
fall damage got me.
Hey,
No,
Owen,
no,
I'll
no.
make you a truce. I'll leave you alone if you leave me alone.
Damn it, I almost had my
Where
hand
are
on
you
the diamond
hiding?
sword and someone stabbed me in the back.
No! Oh, fair play. All's quiet at the minute. 3 minutes to go. We want to see more action.
A pretty good job
Yeah,
of murdering each other early on, then, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
Oh, that
Oh
was a
dear.
bad
Wandering around in
idea.
spectator mode, you spot things in maps you don't normally see too. It's interesting.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I didn't realise there were some chests kind of there were certain places I didn't realise there were chests until I saw someone kind of like, oh, I see.
You know, that spectator mode was a magnificent addition to the game. You know,
Yeah, absolutely.
the whole no clip thing. People have been hacking that in for 5-6 years.
All right, where are people hiding out at?
Away from you.
Ah.
I forgot how ladders work.
We might have a battle on our hands.
Oh yes, I'm watching.
I'll worm with a chicken out.
Well, you say a battle. It was very one-sided.
That was pretty short, yeah.
Yeah. 3 remain.
I was hoping it would just be me and Owen, and I could get some payback.
Yeah, where is Owen? Trying to climb the tower. There's something up there?
Where are you hiding?
It's not really hiding, so to speak.
Yeah,
I see him.
in plain sight.
Get back here.
Well, I think you're in a pretty bad position to escape the onslaught, so Owen.
25 seconds.
I see our other friend.
Well, I guess you have an Elytra, so you can.
Yeah, Gabe's got aquatic.
Well, 10 seconds.
I think we had people sort of trying to survive this one, just running around the entire thing in a boat, didn't we, at one point?
Yeah.
It does work.
Yeah. I do
It is
spawn
a viable
Guardian
strat.
Souls at.
Oh no! Fuck!
Guardians!
Fucking Guardians killed me in 1 second. What the fuck?
Well done, Owen. Well done.
Yeah, unfortunately,
Well,
the water is somewhat less safe place now.
Well,
Well, I don't think there's any other questions,
Giant water
Dan.
fleas.
I haven't seen any. So I think we're going to wrap up.
Alright,
Remember,
sounds good.
we're still available for questions on the Discord channel. Many of you have been sort of asking and keeping an eye on the chat. So, Discord channel, one of the best places to get information about what we're doing for Sponge for 116 and beyond is to watch our Sponge channel. You need to react to the development role, but please don't ask general questions in the Sponge chat. That is for us to talk about how Sponge is going. If you've got general questions about how to do something in Sponge, use general. But if you're interested in all how we're getting along, what we're doing, what we're thinking about, we're pretty transparent in there. Have a look at the channel.
I just posted the link to join in the Twitch chat.
Yes, brilliant. So
Yeah, don't be afraid to join in.
you're not in our Discord channel already, come along. We're a light-hearted bunch. It's been fun, guys. Glad that we've been able to do this, and I hope we get to do it again soon.
How is the player selector not allowed? Faith, did you disable like at follow or at P?
Well, it looks like we're already getting back into development, so that's probably a good
Did you break this?
opportunity to wind it up.
It's going to come straight to me at some point, I swear. I'm the commands guy, apparently.
What?
So, yes, again, thank you very much for watching. If you have, as I say, we'll be on Discord at some point. If you have any questions, feel free to just sort of send a message, and someone will pick it up and who's best place to answer. Other than that, thanks very much for listening, and we'll speak to you soon. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye all.
But yeah,